The interesting part that Kurt just brought up is how many chemicals it takes to give you quality water. In this room alone, we're looking at over 8 different chemicals. That doesn't include your chlorine or your anti-scalant that we saw on the NF skids. So 10 different chemicals to get the quality of water. The other interesting part about this room, as Brian pointed out, is a lot of these tanks, there's 2 of each, so they have redundancy. So they make sure they always have a working tank, kind of like when you do your skid cleanings, you always have online skids and offline skids. Here you always got the online tanks and the offline. And they're broken up into the big tanks are your bulk tanks, the little tanks are your day tanks. But I'm sure that's what you would have said.
We also have redundancy in the pumps as well. For each feed point, we generally have 2 pumps per feed point. So that way, if a pump fails, we are not out of service. We are able to use the other pump as a spare. Our hypochlorite is mainly used for cleaning and preventing any kind of organic reactions in the UFs. The aluminum chlorohydrate is our coagulant for the surface water. It is one of the first chemicals injected into the surface water. The other first in the surface water is sodium permanganate. It is used to control taste and odor issues right at the wet wells for the river intakes.
Now that's the stuff that turns your water pink, right?
If you use too much of it, yes.
Yeah, and you can, on your thing where sun's overflow, you can see how very strong it looks.
It is a very strong oxidant. The interesting thing with sodium permanganate, if you have a rag soaked in permanganate and you let it sit, it will spontaneously combust.
Well, don't tell people that.
That is how strong of an oxidant it is.
Obviously, you don't want to get any of these chemicals on you.
Citric acid is a cleaning chemical. It is the only use for citric in our plant is to clean and maintain both of the membrane systems. Sodium hydroxide, which is also known as caustic soda, that is a pH balancing chemical. We use it to regulate our pH in the finished water. We also use it for cleaning. It is also a cleaning chemical. Orthophosphate is a sequestrant. What orthophosphate does is it keeps the stability of the water in the distribution system at an equilibrium. This chemical will prevent leaching of copper and lead in the system or any other metals in the system from being absorbed into the water.
And it extends your pipe life, which is the big item here, because so many of your aging systems, the pipes just have been corroded out by not having it in for 100 years.
Yep. And then in this room, we keep the fluoride and sodium bisulfite. Sodium bisulfite is a dechlorination agent, and it's used before the NF treatment process. NF modules are not compatible with any kind of oxidant. So we have to make sure there is no trace of chlorine, hypochlorite, otherwise, in the water prior to NF treatment. So that's what the bisulfite is mainly used for. And fluoride is added to the water to maintain a 0.8 to 1.0 fluoride residual in the water at all times.